I think I can't get over Titan watches just yet, and I'll tell you why. But before that, let me introduce myself. I am Siddhant. I am a watch lover just like you are, and I am here to review this particular watch that we have today from Titan. Now, each of us as a watch collector has to take that special journey where you will come of age and you have to be ready to like certain things that you may not have liked at certain point in time. And this is my coming of age with this brand Titan. Having set the tone for today, are you ready to guess which watch I am going to review now? Well, let me know in the comments below. I know you're watching my videos consistently, so it's better to hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. Car launches, phone launches, watch launches, all of them are very tricky, even for people like us who are doing this for a living. So I thought it was best if I laid out what kind of collection Titan has come up with so that it's more clarified for all of us to make the right choices. Now, Titan made its way with their stellar collection, which can be subcategorized into 3 watches, the first one being Luna, the second one being Astra, and the final one being Caelum. Our focus for today is Caelum, where you have 4 watches. The first one being the titanium automatic in an integrated dial, which retails for 85,000. The next one being this Tiger Eye automatic, which is quite a unique dial, and this one retails for just 65,000. Then the third one is the Sun and Moon dial in either ivory white or plaster brown, and this retails for 37 to 39,000 rupees. The final one that's neatly kept aside is the one that we are going to review today, and that's the Caelum Sun and Moon. The Caelum Sun and Moon here is the cheapest sibling, and I think you should have a look at all these 3 watches and set your eyes on it. Right here is the cobalt blue to stick your gaze, where you can see this nice shade of blue in the center of the dial, which is of course highlighted by the radial lines just like the sun's rays. The outer sector here is black so that it completes the dual tone look of this particular watch. The same applies for the one in imperial purple, which is shaded with black, while the gunmetal grey boasts of a singular light grey look. 3 variants, 3 colors, 2 of them with a leather strap, while the third one here comes with a bracelet. The case material here conforms on all variants, as this is stainless steel that you'd find, and the quality and finish looks impressive, which only makes it enticing enough to buy. Well, at least to me. Titan watches are generally huge, and so is this one, with a 43mm case, a 45.5 lug to lug, and just 12mm thickness. But it doesn't look that huge after all. Now, this is a smooth operator, while this has a domed mineral glass, which is obviously not top of the line specs, but that's what you get here from Titan. The reflections are obviously not a problem here on most occasions, and then there is superb clarity through the glass and also clarity of thought in terms of design. Because this subdial is a nice touch with the Sun and Moon engaged in the dance of dragons as time whiskers away. The celestial bodies that you can see here are hidden behind this cloud-shaped silhouette, which adds more to the aesthetics. The sun is painted in yellow, while the moon is painted partially in blue, all mounted on a purple disc that you can see behind the scenes. Can you guess the shape of hands on this particular watch? Well, let me tell you that this is Dauphine, but it's also wider at the tip more than it should be. Now, all these elements inside the dial are coated with a specific kind of lume, but there's no information about that. Well, what's with the secrecy tied? The imperial purple here comes in a subtle combination of cherry with gold, and this particular strap is also found on this Luna Sun and Moon. The gunmetal grey again has a black stainless steel strap with a bluish contracted bezel, and the same blue is painted on the sector linings and the indices. Although you can find a different bluish purple color on the hands. The crown here is again pretty basic, with the Titan logo on the side, with a crown that protrudes out too much, even more than the usual. The first position of this crown is a blank fired, as it doesn't do anything, while the action is in the second position with the time setting. Now the case back here is stamped with the usual literature and is pretty basic stuff. The movement is also very normal, which is a quartz with the Sun Moon phase tracker. Well, the water resistance on this one is just 50 meters, so that's not gonna help you enough. So let's have some wrist shots. FYI, I have a 7-inch wrist and this one looks pretty well. If you personally ask me, I like this blue one the bestest of them all. Now that you've seen these beauties from the inside, don't you want to know what their prices are? Well, this blue one starts from 10,200, while this purple one is priced for 11,700, and this gunmetal grey in the steel strap maxes out at 14,000. That's what I call a steal deal, but wait till you look at the competition. The Triple H of this category has to be the Timex Marlin, purely because it's an automatic and fares well above Titan. And twinning with this one is the Titan Luna Sun and Moon, which I reviewed a short while ago. Well, that's Titan eating Titan over. And then there is a flurry of micro brands with the Boderry Voyager and their Landmaster looking for a run for their money. And then trailing behind is the gshock GA2100 Casio for the uber cool Gen Z. Are you guys getting my drift? Well, Citizen has Eco Drive, where you will have nothing to complain about, and they also have their Hyperion in Quartz if you are looking for a metal watch. Lastly, Seiko couldn't get into this battle, so they sent Alba watches. You can either go for their Quartz or spend a little more and check out their automatics. With so many nice watches in the fringe, at the fringe, outside the fringe, which one of them are you going to pick? Well, it's always a tough choice to make, and that is why you have to be here on Yacht Watch Club to figure out these choices. Now, this category is intense, and there are two kinds of people fighting over watches like these. The first category is the kind of buyer who's a first-time watch collector and they want to set their base camp right here. And the second one is a simple buyer who just wants a plain vanilla steel watch or a leather watch and they can't see anything beyond Titan. Now, these are some really refreshing designs that we are seeing from Titan, and this one definitely piqued my interest, so I thought of adding it to my watch list with this blue cobalt color. Well, haters gonna hate it, but I think Titan has struck the right chords here. Needless to say, they could have gone with a mechanical movement, but let's try to understand from their perspective also. Stellar automatics are priced between 30 to 50k, and their Quartz variants retail below 15,000 rupees. The process is set, the die is cast, and they have standardized things at the very back end of it. Well, Tatas are frugal, and that we can see in this Titan collection. But what's happening with the Tourbillon, guys? 26 lakhs? Well, that's mind-boggling, but 9 out of 10 for this small battalion, that impresses more than it impresses. So the million-dollar question, which of these three would you like on your wrist? Till you decide, it's my turn to sign off. What are you wearing today?